A man in Ohio went to bed feeling fine. By morning, he couldn't lift his arm. The reason? A single nut he trusted every night. He thought it was heart healthy. But for people over 60, this so-called superfood can quietly raise your stroke risk by over 30%. No symptoms, no warning. Just a switch flipped in his brain. Overnight, if you're in your 60s or beyond, you deserve to know what's happening. Because what's harmless for a 30-year-old can act like a slow fuse for someone older. And the scariest part? It's not just stroke. It hits your coordination, your reaction time, even your sense of orientation. Someone needs to say this. Before more lives change, this story might sound familiar. Because it starts the way most do. Margaret, 68, used to dance when no one was looking. She stayed active, prepped her meals, read before bed. But every night, as a healthy habit, she'd grab a small bowl of nuts, almonds, walnuts, and one Brazil nut. She believed it kept her mind sharp. Then she started missing steps on the stairs. Once, she gripped the edge of the sink and almost fell. Another day, she struggled to unscrew a water bottle. And one morning, her left cheek wouldn't move. A minor stroke, doctors said. But lab tests showed toxic selenium levels from just one Brazil nut daily. She was stunned. Let's look closer at the hidden risks one by one. Because they're not rare. They're right in our homes. First, the nut no one questions, Brazil nuts. Yes, selenium supports brain and thyroid health, but in excess, it turns on you. Especially if you're over 60 and your body clears minerals more slowly. It won't spike your blood pressure or cause pain. It builds in silence, thickening your blood, irritating vessel walls. Until one day, circulation slows in a corner of your brain. And you can't move your arm. Studies confirm, just one Brazil nut per day, long-term, can overload selenium. Yet snack guides still suggest 2 to 3 at a time. That's not nutrition. That's Russian roulette. Margaret didn't know. How many others don't? Next, a so-called light choice that's anything but vegetable oils, canola, soy, corn, sunflower. They're promoted as heart-friendly, but when refined and heated, they release aldehydes, toxic compounds. They damage the protective lining of your blood vessels, including those in the brain. They don't cause pain, they don't taste odd, but they inflame quietly, meal after meal. Charles, 73, used canola oil in everything. He thought he was protecting his heart. Then, one afternoon, while writing a grocery list, his pen dropped. His left hand went numb, a microstroke. No prior warnings. Just a slow drip of damage from something he used daily without thinking. And finally, a food millions still see as safe. Low-fat and diet yogurts, marketed as smart, light, sugar-free. But look closer. They're packed with artificial sweeteners, aspartame, sucralose, acesulfame K, and in aging brains. These chemicals disrupt blood flow in the microvessels. They alter cognition, destabilize balance, and heighten stroke risk. A study of 3,000 adults over 60 found a 26% increase in strokes in those consuming diet products daily. Not from smoking, not alcohol, from health food. Martha, 66, was proud of her clean diet. But then came sudden nausea when standing, brief blackouts. And one night, she poured water into a pan and forgot to turn on the stove. A scan showed prior vascular damage. She dropped the diet yogurt immediately. But some damage had settled in. It was only after she stopped that her steps felt more grounded. Her eyes tracked better. And her grip returned. Not fully, but enough to hold a fork without fear. Now imagine this. You lift a glass and your hand doesn't tremble. You sit in silence and feel steady, not anxious. You stand up and the room stays still. No lurching, no guessing. Just you, in control again. If your body has whispered warnings, don't wait for it to scream. Type in the comments, what's one odd sensation you've ignored lately? And if this helped you, share it with someone who deserves clarity too. Hit like, subscribe, because next time, we're going to expose the fruit juice that could be spiking your blood pressure before your day even begins.